Hey guys, this is AuspiciousAussie.
And welcome back to Season 3 mid-season update of my Real Madrid Galácticos series.
Just want to say thank you first of all to old viewers and new viewers alike. Channel's really picked up a little bit of momentum, so that's good. Hopefully it can continue, and hopefully if you give this video a like and add it to your favourites, that will help it immensely. So please do that. But let's get into things. There's quite a bit to get through. I'll start with transfers first of all. If I go into boardroom, yeah, whatever. Um, of course, yeah, didn't actually make any transfers, or did I? Ooh, I went over those ones. Signed Jeremy Denquin as a player assistant manager for my under 19s. Some guy retired at the end of last season. I tried to sign him just as an under 19 assistant manager, but he wouldn't do it. He actually wanted to be a player. Maybe I guess he wanted to play for Real Madrid, even though he's never going to play a game because he's nowhere near good enough. Good stats though. Man management's a bit low, but I don't really care about that. Working with youngsters, and he's just got like good attacking stats really. Um, so it'll help the under 19s. And the other player I brought in was a Portuguese regen from Sporting Lisbon, and his name's Wilson Silva, 17-year-old left back, 15 marking, 14 tackling, 14 pace and acceleration, decent mental stats already, 4.5 star potential, definitely worth the 8.25 million I paid for him. As far as outs went, only one player. Sorry, I think two players. I let Cleon go out on loan to Kievo, and Lee Gong was sold to Calgary. Really surprised about that, even if it was only for 240,000. Just that the fact that they wanted to buy him was really weird. But anyway, that is the transfers out of the way. Let's get into the fixtures. And of course, did I? No, I didn't. So, first game of the season was against Celta, and as you can see, we won 5-0 at home. Douglas Costa with a brace, Ozil, Alonso, and Higuain on the score sheet. Ozil man of the match. We then faced Barcelona in the Spanish Super Cup, and we managed to win both legs and won our first Super Cup under my reign, beating Barcelona, as they are always our opponents in this competition. Modric with a brace in the first leg, Higuain and Varane on the score sheet. Modric with man of the match. Second leg was at the Camp Nou, and as you can see, Varane and Burble on the score sheet. Puyol did get sent off for his second yellow, so that helped us. We then went into the Euro Super Cup against Bayern Munich. Of course, they did win the Champions League the previous season. Of course, it was at Cardiff City Stadium in front of a massive 26,000, and we got absolutely pumped. 3-0. Gomez with a brace, Khedira with an own goal, and he then got injured later in the game, so bit of a shocker for Khedira in that one. Back to Liga action, and we managed to beat Espanyol 2-0 at home. Goals coming from Higuain and Ronaldo, and Carvajal getting sent off. We then faced Athletic Bilbao away from home at the San Mams, and won 2-1. Ronaldo with a brace, a pen, being one of them. Iraola getting on the score sheet for Athletic, and Alonso picking up his second yellow in the 92nd minute of stoppage time. The next game was the start of the Champions League campaign, and we managed to start it off pretty disappointingly, really, with a 1-1 draw against Slaven Bratislava. Higuain for us and Ursula for Bratislava. We then followed that disappointing draw up with a loss in La Liga, and it was to Zaragoza. They got a penalty in the 93rd minute of stoppage time. Very unlucky. But we did bounce back again away from home, but this time with a 6-0 victory. Varane with a brace, Ozil, Costa, Ronaldo, and Burble getting on the score sheet in that one. Pretty massive win, probably one of the biggest of the season. We then followed it up disappointingly 1-1 to Granada at home. Cheryshev with our goal, and they replied 1 minute later through Alvaro. Disappointing stuff. We then faced Basel in Champions League action and managed to pick up the 3-0 victory at home. Modric with a brace and Higuain picking up one in the 92nd minute of stoppage time. Ramos picking up 2 yellows and getting sent off as well towards the end of the game. Again, disappointing. We then faced Getafe in La Liga action and managed a 2-0 victory away from home. Higuain and Alonso, this time with Carvajal getting sent off. Nice little red card trend we have going on. We then faced Sevilla, and in a quite important game. At this time we were in third, they were in second. Victory would have put us above them, but we did lose to them, which actually widened the gap, which was really disappointing. Reyes picking up the match winner for Sevilla, and all 3 points. We then faced Tottenham in Champions League action and managed to win at home 2-1. Douglas Costa and Rafael Varane getting on the score sheet for us, and Manuel Adebayor for Tottenham. We then faced Osasuna and managed to beat them 5-0 at home. Another important win here. Aussie with a brace, Costa and Higuain with a brace for himself as well. We then faced Rayo Vallecano in the first leg of the Spanish Cup 4th round and managed a 3-1 victory away from home. Khedira with an own goal again. Varane in the first, Ozil and Burble wrapping up the end of the game nicely there, picking up the 2 goals. Then faced Villarreal in La Liga action, managed a 3-0 victory. Douglas Costa and Ronaldo with a brace. Tottenham in the reverse leg, the reverse fixture, in the group stage of the Champions League, and we still managed to beat them 2-1 again. Of course, Benzema did get on the score sheet for Tottenham. Of course, we sold him to them at the start of this season, or it might have been last season. Ramos and Ozil for us, and Papadopoulos getting a red card for Tottenham. We then faced Las Palmas and managed to beat them 4-0 away from home. Foca with an own goal, Varane, Ronaldo and Nuri Sahin on the score sheet for us. We then versed Barcelona in the first El Clasico of the season in the league, and they actually beat us 1-0. As always, Messi picked up the single goal to win it in this one. Alves did get a red card, but we could not prevail. We then faced Valencia, managed a 3-0 victory at home. Higuain with the brace, Ronaldo with a penalty. Soldado did miss a penalty late on, but it was too little too late anyway. We then faced Slovan Bratislava once again, this time beating them 4-1 at home. Ronaldo with a hat-trick and Ozil also on the score sheet. Zurich on the score sheet as well for Bratislava. Then faced Atletico Madrid and Madrista Derby or whatever it's called, and managed to beat them 4-0 at home. Pretty impressive result, I have to say. Higuain with the brace, Ronaldo and Douglas Costa on the score sheet. We then faced Rayo in the second leg. Massive difference in the time between these 2 legs, but we did beat Rayo Vallecano 5-0 at home. Sorry. And Ronaldo with a brace, Berber with a brace, and Douglas Costa on the score sheet. Scored quite a lot of goals this season, which is good to see the attacking tactic is working nicely. Next game was against Real Sociedad in La Liga action, 2-1 away from home. Hernandez for Sociedad, Ronaldo and Douglas Costa for us. We then played our final game of the Champions League campaign against group stage, that is, against FC Basel, and managed to beat them 5-1 away from home. Higuain with a hat-trick, Ronaldo and Douglas Costa once again, and Bobadilla managed to get a consolation goal for Basel. We then faced Malaga in the Liga action, managed a 1-0 victory at home, Ronaldo picking up the only goal in that one. Faced Betis in the Spanish Cup 5th round first leg and managed the 4-1 victory at home. Douglas Costa, Higuain, Cheryshev, Burble and Pabon got on the score sheet for Betis. We then faced Mallorca and Valladolid and managed a 3-1 victory in La Liga action. Ndiaye picking up the first goal for us, and Xabi Alonso getting the brace with penalties in the 56th and 90th minute. Patrick Herbert did get on the score sheet for Valladolid. Then came the second leg of the 5th round in the cup, and we actually lost this game 2-1, which was pretty interesting. Although we did win 5-3 on aggregate, Ronaldo picking up our goal, and Javier Matilla could have had a hat-trick for himself. Well, not really, because he actually scored off the rebound of that penalty. Next game was against Mallorca. Managed the 2-1 victory away from home. Insue and Varane getting a brace for us. Rafa did get sent off in that one. Then came the quarter-final of the Spanish Cup, and we drew Real Sociedad. Managed the 3-0 victory at home. First off, Ozil, Higuain, Ronaldo. Good stuff. Then returned to La Liga action. Managed a 4-0 destruction, the 4-0 destruction of Real Betis. Higuain, Ronaldo with a brace, and Varane on the score sheet as well. Back to the second leg of the quarter-final, and we managed a 4-2 away victory. Xabi Prieto getting a brace for Real Sociedad. Ozil, Douglas Costa, and Jesse getting a brace for us. Then came Levante in the league. 2-0 victory at home. Ronaldo and Douglas Costa, both my inside forwards, pretty much been scoring for fun this season, which is really good to see. Then came the second leg, the first leg of the semi-final of the Spanish Cup. We did draw Athletic Bilbao. Pretty difficult opposition, to be honest. They've really stepped up in the league. Probably become the new Sevilla or the new Valencia. And we managed a 3-2 victory away from home. Isma and Abai Gomez for Athletic Bilbao. Modric and Higuain with a brace for himself. Costa did get an injury in that one. Not good to see, as he's been a real standout player this season. Back to La Liga action, and we managed another 3-2 victory away from home. This time against Celta. And Demoral and Benitez getting on the score sheet for Celta, and Ozil and Higuain with another brace, 2-2 games. Then came the second leg of the Spanish Cup semi-final. This time it was at home, but it was a 0-0 boring drub match. As you can see, Varane absolutely beasted it in defence, picked up man of the match for himself. And the most recent game I have played was against Espanyol. In a game we picked up the 1-0 victory. Just managed to grind it out, and Higuain got the only goal in that one. Of course, that does leave us with the Champions League first knockout round, in which we have drawn Borussia Dortmund. Of course, we did verse them last season in the Europa League. I think it was either the quarterfinals. We did beat them, so I'm expecting the same. But there is a lot of decent teams still left in the competition this year. The likes of Lyon, Tottenham, Sevilla, Arsenal, United, Bayern, Napoli, Leverkusen. That's a really interesting tie. Man City, Barcelona, even Porto. Either one of those two could easily go through, I think. Barcelona haven't been performing as well this season, and I'll show you the league table currently. As you can see, we are currently coming first by a massive 4 points. Pretty much the first time in this series that I've actually been leading in the league. As I said, Barcelona haven't been as great as they have in previous years, so hopefully this can be the season. Third season, hopefully this is the season we actually win the league. As far as other fixtures go, training, nice. We do have Barcelona in the Spanish Cup final, so I'll be live comming that. Also be live comming I'll probably be live comming the quarterfinals if we do pick up a fairly decent team. If not, I'll probably just, if we get through, I'll live com semis. So hopefully we can progress to that. Hopefully draw someone good, maybe like an Arsenal or a Napoli or someone good in the quarterfinals. But apart from that, the usual end of season update will of course occur after that Barcelona Spanish Cup final. As far as Spain goes, played a few fixtures, just a few friendlies and whatnot. I think the last game you saw was against Argentina. Did play a game against Mexico in which we lost, which was really disappointing. Still getting used to my Galácticos tactic, so to be predicted, I suppose. We then faced Peru at home and managed a 3-1 victory. PK, Iniesta and Cazorla getting on the score sheet for us. Then came the start of the Euro quals, and we managed to beat Iceland 4-0. Goals from Marta Llorente and a brace from David Villa. 6-0 against Faroe Islands. PK Alba, hat-trick for Llorente and Arteta on the score sheet. And then we lost again. We seem to lose in friendlies, which is, I guess, not that bad. We lost to Denmark 4-2. Christian Teller and David Villa getting on the score sheet for us there. So that does round this episode up, guys. It's been quite a long one, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Really going to try and push on the league. Really want to win my first league with Real Madrid and bring some real success back to the team, I guess. Of course, they are one of the biggest teams in Spain, so they deserve to be at the top of the Spanish league. Apart from that, guys, please leave a like rating on this video, and apart from that, guys, I've been AuspiciousAussie, as always. Goodbye.